Here we go, I'm TJQUaKe, the ghetto gamer on this gaming thing. Here we go, I'm TJQUaKe, the ghetto.
What's cracking, lacking peoples? This is TJQUaKe, yo, ghetto gamer, and I am back right here on TJQUaKe's Ghetto Gaming Pop Culture Talk. That's right. I'm back in the zone, y'all. I'm back in the zone. Had a couple days of, mourning because I'm a girl, Diamond, who just passed, as I told you guys before. God rest her soul and all that. But we had to send prayers out. I was kind of in a little down zone for a little bit. But brother, like I told you, I was going to have to get myself back into the zone again, and I am back once again because we got to keep pushing it. We got to keep pushing it for Diamond and Silk and so forth. So that's what I'm going to do, because that's what I came to this whole thing to do in the first place, was to actually get out here and destroy woke culture. Wokey, woke, whack. That's what it is to me, ladies and gentlemen. It's a whole new thing of battles that we have to figure out on how we, as sane people, can take down the insane people, the people that have no sanity, the people that have literally lost their Googles, their marbles, whatever you want to call it. These people are gone back crazy. We need to bring back asylums. Yes, remember when we had asylums with people that were somewhat weird and crazy and loony and did things that were just too out of the norm and acted upon some of those things? Yeah. Oh yeah, they put them in Looney Tunes. The one that went over the cuckoo's nest, remember that? Yeah, those are the places we used to put them in and everything. And the majority of these people today that literally have gone through are going through delusions. They have delusional weird thoughts of a man can be a woman can be a man can have a child, all these type of things that a man can literally be impregnated. They keep forgetting you that the man that they're talking about is an actual woman. But we're going to get into that right now because Michael Knowles, this dude right here, man, he's just another one of those cats, dude, that's like freaking Chappelle, that's like Dave I don't know why I keep pronouncing his wrong name. D'Souza. So D'Souza is another one of those cats. Him and Michael Knowles, man, can put people, you put these two in the same room, man, nobody's winning. Nobody, just one of them by themselves, you're done. You've lost the debate and so forth. And so I got a little something with Michael Knowles and this supposable med student. Yes, this med student who's going to be somebody in the medical field has some weird, crazy shit that she's going to tell you guys. And I want you guys to take notes. Get your notepads out, okay? Get your notepads out and tell me in the comments, would you take your child to this medical physician when she becomes somebody of medicine and supposedly she went to college for knowledge and everything? Yeah, let's see if you guys will take your loved ones to have her as your doctor. Yeah. So anyways, you guys, I'm not going to make it too long and everything, but I do want to get into a couple little knickknacks. Obviously, you guys know this is TJQUaKe's Ghetto Gaming Pop Culture Show, where we actually talk about the culture of this country. We talk about entertainment, video games, all that kind of stuff. I get into it all. Political news is a major thing that I mainly always have to talk about, because why, ladies and gentlemen, why does TJQUaKe talk about political shiz sometimes? Because political shiz finds its way into my life, into your life. It finds its way into everybody's lives, and somehow it's managing now to truly affect us and everything. And it's being affected by these woke activists who scream and shout with a microphone, okay? And believe me, ladies and gentlemen, it's a minority, but they get the biggest microphone and so forth. So we're now going to take on the microphones. We're going to call them creative, destructive weapons of power, and we're going to use that like Rush Limbaugh did back in the day. Remember good old Rush Limbaugh? Oh, one of my other heroes and everything. Yeah. This was a man who was driving sense into our society, okay? good old, just old-fashioned morals and good old common sense. That's all it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's all us conservatives, / Republicans really want. But then you got these people on the left, these people on the far, far left that are trying to take our culture and twist it and mangle it and turn it into satanic joy. That's what they are. And I'm telling you right now, it's not going to fly over here. It's not been flying with a lot of Americans lately because, as you can see, a lot of Americans are getting sick and fed up with this bullshit. So we're fighting back against it with common sense. Just a little word of mouth over a microphone. And that's what I'm here to do right now. So let's go right now and see what old good old Michael Knowles is going to say to this med student. Oh, I know you guys can't wait. I can't wait. Ah, yes. Okay, anyway, so let's go ahead and do it. So on this and see what you guys think. Please leave your comments. You guys like what you guys see here? You guys like what I do here? Please do like. Give it like. That helps out a brother a lot. If you like it, if you don't like it, put a dislike. I don't, and everything. And if you definitely like it, please subscribe to the channel and share the video. It helps us out. All right, you guys, let's do it. Oh, wait, I got to put on my headphones. Oh, damn it. Okay, the brother has to get it. I need some help in this studio. This is a one-man team right here. One-man team. And I'm always having to do this shit myself. Dadgummit, put that thing over here and let's make sure we got this all in play. Okay, that's there. That's there. Okay. There we go. Put that there. All right. And voila. Let's do it.
Michael, do you know what the leading cause of death for pregnant people is?
Pregnant people?
Mm-hmm.
Mothers? Women?
If you'd like to call them mothers, not all of them are mothers, but if you'd like to call them that.
What are they if they're not mothers?
They're pregnant people.
What people other than mothers are pregnant?
See, this is where we're going to start getting into the delusional stupidity. They're pregnant people. She don't want to call it a pregnant woman. She wants to call it pregnant people, as if men can get pregnant. This is where she's leading with this. But Knowles is too smart for her. Go on, Knowles.
Does it bother you to use inclusive language?
Well,
it's just interesting.
I prefer to use precise language.
It's interesting because you come into this conversation, trying to hold this moral superiority. But then I
try to be moral when I can, but I...
Right, but when I use inclusive language, which it only takes a couple extra syllables to use inclusive language.
To include
and
who?
It seems to include...
What is she trying to get at? This is moral superiority. How is he using moral superiority? Is he using superiority over you because he's using common language and you want to go over here and dilute it with some freaking vinegar and salt and maybe throw some acid in there while you're at it and then tell me to drink it? Is that what you're trying to do? And I'm supposed to go, oh, sure, no problem. These people, man, I tell you, go on.
People who don't identify as women but can become pregnant.
So, like a person who's born a woman and then identifies as a man and is pregnant.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that in order to be a moral person, I need to accept the idea that a man, someone who is born a man and looks like a man, can really become a woman. That's a prerequisite of my being a moral person.
I mean, yes. To me it is, because if you are trying to deny someone
Oh, okay. Oh, you crazy.
Yeah, to you it is. Because you're the one that's loony and gone insane and everything. You want him. See, then this is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. This is why I say there's a line in the sand. See, it's one thing for you to believe that stuff. It's one thing for you to want to say a woman becomes a man, and so she's considered to be a man, and you got to call her a man. And now you say men can get pregnant, but you never say that it's a woman that becomes a man that gets pregnant. You just say men, and you try to kind of like throw this kind of like shade in there to make it seem like well, I'm talking about men, but as a woman could be a man. So you got to call her a man now because they can be men now. And men can now be women. So you got to call them women and so forth. Yeah. And then what happens to all of us? Oh, yeah, then they want to label us now. Oh, yeah, that's right. Straight people, get this one. They want to label you the cis person now. Okay, you're a cis woman. You're a cis man, and everything. Motherfucker, no. When did that come up with? When did you come up with that one? I ain't a cis nothing. I'm a man. Period. And everything. You're the one that's got a problem with whatever your title is. You're the one that wants to change your. You want to change who you are? You want to be trans? Then that's you, bro. You do that. But don't put that off on me. And that's what these people do all the time, ladies and gentlemen. That's what they want. This is the reason why we have a problem with these people and everything. It's not that they want to be who they want to be. It's that they want to force us to believe that they are something that we know they're not and everything. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it moving. We'll bring it back a little bit here and everything. Go on.
Their identity and deny what their life experience is, then that doesn't seem like a moral stance to me. I want to be accepting and I want to respect people's life experiences and respect the way that they want to identify and respect the way that they want to present themselves to the world.
Bronte, I would
Yes.
like to identify, I do identify actually, as the correct person on this issue of abortion. I identify as being correct and more correct than you on this issue. And I would just ask that you accept and affirm my identity. Do you?
Well, you are not a medical professional, and abortion and pregnancy
No, I'm
is
just
a
talking about
medical
my identity.
concern. That's not your identity.
That is my, I promise you, that's my identity.
Oh! Well, you're not a medical professional, so no, I'm not going to accept your identity, but you're going to have to accept mine because that's just the way it is. You see how this works, ladies and gentlemen? You see how this goes and everything? It really, it cracks me up. I was like, it cracks me up, ladies and gentlemen, because this is what they always do. They always come at you like you're the crazy one. You're the crazy one, huh? I'm sorry, but you got to accept us for what we want, and that's respect. That's what respect. You got to respect it, and I believe in respecting people, and blah blah blah. Really, you believe in respecting people? Okay, well, I identify as the one that's correct in this conversation, and I believe that I'm the one that's should be in charge of this conversation. That's what I identify as. I actually do. Well, you're not a medical profession. You can't do that. You can't say that. Well, why not? You just said that everybody else could do it, so why can't I do that? Why can't I identify as that person and everything? Why can't I be that? Everything. Oh, because now it goes against your narrative, and it makes you look like an idiot because it does sound stupid and foolish, don't it? When that little point he just made makes her sound stupid and foolish because now she has to identify and respect him, right? And identify with him as being the person that's correct in the conversation. Oh, well, wait a minute. Put on the brakes. Yeah, no, it don't work like that, ladies and gentlemen. You can't have your cake and eat it too, witch. And so forth, Miss Med student. And so forth. Michael Knowles made a perfect point there. And you up there, the first thing she goes, well, you're not a medical professional. Oh, so all of a sudden you got to be medical professional. These people that call themselves trans, they're not medical professionals. Matter of fact, you guys can say they can identify as trans at age 7 and 6. All of a sudden, these 7 and 6-year-olds are medical professionals who are claiming that they're something that, we all think they're not, but they say that they are, and so forth. These people are freaking loony, dude. Listen to what comes out of her mouth. They don't have a good argument. Because as soon as we throw the same shits right back at them, dude, all of a sudden it changes. Oh, now it's different. Oh, now it's a problem. Okay, yeah. It cracks me up all the time because these are the type of people that we're dealing with. We're dealing with idiots. We're dealing with people that, when you turn the tables on them, all of a sudden now, oh, things change now. Oh, now it's different now. Oh, you can't say that. You're not a medical professional and everything like she is. And everything. Woman, please, you need to get out of your medical trying to be a med student because whatever they're teaching you at that school is hellified freaking wrong. Just straight up WRONG, wrong. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. But they're brainwashing you into thinking that, well, a pregnant person's... See what they come up with nowadays, ladies? And watch any of these people nowadays. Ask any of your Democrat, your little left-wing people. Ask them the simple question and everything. Who can get pregnant? And I guarantee you, any of these leftists, they're going to say, well, anybody that identifies as a pregnant person. or anybody that, just pregnant people, pregnant persons. You mean a woman? You mean that's who can identify by being pregnant? A woman, right? Well, now, okay, now hold up here. Okay, so there's men now that you missed me with that bullshit and everything. You obviously missed biology 101. Okay, biology 101. We learned this in daggum high school, ladies and gentlemen. It's not hard. It's very simple. Mommy and daddy even taught us this shit and so forth. But nowadays, this younger generation has not a clue. They're literally clueless and everything. They want to believe that they can fly. Pretty soon, people are going to actually start thinking that they can fly, and they're going to jump off buildings and try to see if they can do it. It'll end very wrongly for them because in the end, we all know what happens. Gravity takes you, right? Real life tragedy will happen at that point. Real life circumstances will happen at that point. Reality kicks in when you start going like this and you go, slap onto the ground. But that's how these people think. They want you to take that leap off the roof with them. Sorry, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that, ladies and gentlemen. And they want you to do that. They want you to fall into their delusion. Because they can't accept reality themselves. They are so freaking twisted in this world of trying to change the normal morals of humankind and everything. God made a man and a woman. He did not make two men. He did and say, hey, you guys go together and hook up together and then you guys are going to flourish and make the world. Because then if that was the case, God would just made another man and he would have made the other man to be able to get pregnant. Why didn't he do that? If it was so natural for men to be with men and so forth, why are women here then? What's the purpose for them then? If that's supposed to be the natural thing, that's supposed to be what society is supposed to be about, then why are women even here then? What do we need them for? If men can get pregnant, then I guess women are not necessary then, right? You people are stupid and everything. And you think that somebody, a 5-year-old can figure this shiz out. But this grown-ass college med student, she doesn't got this figured out. She didn't figure this out. She knew it probably earlier in her age and everything. And then she went to school. These colleges nowadays, dude, I don't know why people even send their kids to college anymore. If this is what they're going to come out sounding like, don't send your kids to college, people. It's a waste of your freaking money. You get your money back. I want my money back. Nope. I sent my kid to learn something, and now my kid is acting like he can fly and jump off buildings. Because you guys told them that men and women have wings now. They're imaginary and they can grow off their backs. And these dumb idiots actually believed it. So that's my point, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we're always dealing with. So let's get to one more last thing right here. And another idiot that runs across the wrong person right here. He's debating. Actually, her name is Amala. I think it's Amala. Amala. I think her name is Amala. Amala, and everything. And Amala, she used to be a Democrat. She used to be woke like the rest of everybody else. But then she was red-pilled. She actually figured it out. She started saying, wait a minute, this stuff is starting to get stupid. This is really going down. See, you start off Democrat and you start off with somewhat reasonable arguments against certain things. And then you start seeing the left freaking get crazier and crazier and crazier. And pretty soon some leftists start to say, all right, this is where I stop. I'm getting off right here. Stop the elevator here. I get off on floor 5 and everything. I'm not going up to floor 32. No, no. My floor is 5. So they got off the elevator on floor 5, and then they started saying, you know what? This shit is trickling back down to floor 5. Let me go back down to floor 2, floor 3, floor 1. Matter of fact, let me get the frick out of this damn building. That's what's happening to the Democrats that are finally realizing what's going on with the woke left. They're realizing that this stuff is affecting me now. This stuff is backfiring. I was stupid for thinking like this and everything. So this is what's starting to happen. People, after a while, will start realizing that this shiz is bullshizzle and everything. And it's ruining people's lives because now this woke society is basically trying to force us to live in their fantasy land. And that's where we have a major problem. Parents that are going to these school boards don't want the CRT and all this gay, gay practices of gay sexual content. It's not just gay sexual stuff. They don't want to talk to the kids. They don't even want the straight stuff taught to their kids. And everything. You shouldn't have to be teaching about all this sex stuff and the boy wanting to be with this other boy and kiss on him and all this stuff. That's not what they taught me in school. They didn't teach me that shit in 5th grade. I learned reading, writing, arithmetic, science, that kind of shit. History, stuff that actually does something for you in the real world, not my sexual preference. What the hell is that going to do for me? That's not going to give me a job. Well, I'm a trans person. I need to learn how trans things happen so that I can go get this job down at the street at McDonald's. Yeah. So anyway, let's get on with this next piece of lunacy with this leftist student trying to debate, his thing about the "Don't Say Gay" bill, which was never called that. I don't know where these people get this stupidity from. But anyway, let's go on and get into it, and we'll end this bad boy.
Yeah, so I'll touch on the "Don't Say Gay" thing first, then we'll get to the election thing, then we'll get to the Republican thing. The "Don't Say Gay" bill, I think, is falsely labeled the "Don't Say Gay" bill. I've actually gone to the page, read the bill itself. It's actually called the Parental Rights and Education Bill. And if you go through and read the bill itself, a lot of people...
So us Republicans, us people on the left who decided to say, something's kind of nefarious going on here. Something doesn't seem right with what's going on with this election and everything. The Dominion systems, we found out were doing some stuff. We started finding out that they were, doing some little nefarious things when they were doing the recounts, and they wouldn't let people watch the counts and so forth, and they were blocking windows and keeping people from... Dude, when you got to do that and you got to hide shit, what is that telling me? That's telling me that you're doing something behind closed doors that you don't want nobody else to see. You're trying to cheat. This is the reason why half the country didn't believe in this, the way the election went, because Trump was on top at the very beginning. You see what I'm saying? He was blowing Biden away. Everybody goes to sleep late that night because they're still doing counting. They wake up the next morning, find out that Biden's freaking up by millions. How did that happen? That's what people were tripping off of. Wait a minute, what the heck just happened here? Then you start finding out all these little things were going on, little shenanigans, mail-ins, people that are dead voting and all this kind of stuff. You start finding out all this crazy shit starting to happen. The Dominion machines were found out to be kind of flaunty a little bit. All these things people started finding out. And then they're wondering why people were questioning it. Well, we have the right to. You guys did it when Donald Trump won. When Donald Trump won the daggum election, when he won against Hillary Clinton and so forth. Oh no, he's an illegitimate president. Oh, he didn't really win. Oh, there was some craziness that went down. No, we don't believe this is actually happening. No, something must have went down. The Russians helped him. That's what happened. Oh, that's wrong. And everything. Oh, wait, this happened over here. Remember that? Oh, you guys were election denying all day long. But nobody said anything about it. The Republicans, conservatives, people, they didn't say anything to y'all. But you guys, when you lose, it's a different story. No, you guys, you can't do that. No, they're. So you guys get to say it. But nobody freaking silences you. You don't get turned down. You don't get people, coming at you in all kinds of different ways because you didn't think that Trump actually should have won and everything. Nobody came at you like that. But soon as we do it to you guys, and we feel something is not going on right here and everything. Oh, now it's a problem. Oh, what the hell? No, you guys are election deniers. That's what it is. And also because you deny something because you don't agree with it, you're a bad person? Really? Okay. Go on, Flip.
Engaged in all this fanfare and getting angry about a label, which is 3 words that they heard, rather than going and actually reading the bill. And the bill itself talks about just staying away from sexual education that has to do with other sexualities, has to do with gender theory. A lot of people got mad at the bill saying that he was trying to erase African-American history. But if you go in and read it, there's actually a full paragraph where he says the school must dedicate time to talking about African-American history, including slavery and Jim Crow and all these different things written directly in it. There's nothing in the bill that explicitly says you should not say the word gay or encourages teachers to not talk about the fact that
Say
you
that
can
again,
have a
girls.
family that has two dads or two moms. So
The Parental Rights in Education Bill. People, please take a snapshot of this right here. There it is, the Florida Senate House bill. Right there, the one that DeSantis. Now, you had the ladies on The View, all these actors and celebrities that came out saying all this bullshit. It's the Don't Say Gay bill. They're telling us we can't say gay. Really? Read the damn bill yourself. Do your own freaking research and you'll find out it never said that. Ever. It's right here. Plain print. Take a little snapshot, you guys. Show this to your friends. Show it to all these lefties out here that keep saying that that's what it was called. No, it's called the Parental Rights in Education Bill. Didn't say nothing about the Don't Say Gay bill. You had all these people up there telling me, gay, because they were thinking that this actually say that. If people would actually wake up and get the freaking stick out their butts and so forth and actually did their own research, they would have known this. But see, the problem with leftists and people that follow the left-wing side of things and the Democratic Party is they're like sheep. They just sit there, watch the television, go, oh, that's what it said? Okay, I'm going to go with that. I hate everybody that says that. I can't believe they said okay. They all cry about it. Now, one of these motherfuckers went out there like this stupid, dumb flipneck here in the school and everything. He believed that that's what it said until somebody actually points it out to him. No. That's not what it says, you flip neck. And let the girl please further on explain to this idiot.
Rights and Education Bill. And if you go through and read the bill itself, a lot of people engaged in all this fanfare and getting angry about a label, which is 3 words that they heard, rather than going and actually reading the bill. And the bill itself talks about just staying away from sexual education that has to do with other sexualities, has to do with gender theory. A lot of people got mad at the bill saying that he was trying to erase African-American history. But if you go in and read it, there's actually a full paragraph where he says the school must dedicate time to talking about African-American history, including slavery and Jim Crow and all these different things written directly in it. There's nothing in the bill that explicitly says you should not say the word gay or encourages teachers to not talk about the fact that you can have a family that has 2 dads or 2 moms. So I think that was a lot of just media propaganda. And
Florida's controversial Don't Say Gay law takes effect today. Don't Say Gay bill.
The Don't Say Gay. Don't Say Gay.
The Don't Say Gay bill.
Don't Say Gay law.
Don't Say Gay bill. Don't Say Gay bill. Don't Say Gay bill.
And switching things around that got people angry.
Okay, can I just...
And see, those are the same people that this idiot was listening to. All those media people on NBC, ABC, CNN, they all freaking, this is what the freaking media does. They lie to you peoples, ladies and gentlemen. They lie. None of them, they all think you're stupid too. And a lot of the people like this guy here, he's one of the stupid ones because he actually just believed exactly what they said. The Don't Say Gay bill, the Don't Say Gay law. Like it was like, you can't say the word gay because if you say it, you're going to go to jail. And this is what they were all literally thinking. Because not one of these idiots that were listening to the lying ass media and everything, not one of these guys went up there and said, that sounds kind of weird. Let me look into that myself. Hey, anybody know where we can find that? Yeah, it's right there on the website. You can actually check it out yourself. Okay. Click it up. Oh, let me read this thing. Yeah. Oh, okay. I don't see anything that says parental. Okay. Doesn't say don't say gay. Well, why is the media telling me that this says it's a Don't Say Gay bill? Huh? I don't understand. It's called research, dummies. Call research.
Are you going to switch topics? Could I follow on that?
You can respond, yeah.
Okay, so then my question, I guess, following up on that, would you be against then like a kindergartner being like read a story that has like 2 dads or 2 moms?
I mean, that doesn't necessarily make me upset. I wouldn't go running to the school board about it. I would question the need for having any sort of conversation that talks about relationships in school. But if you're just showing a picture book and it has 2 dads in it, okay, whatever. I'm not upset about it. I think what specifically conservative parents are really upset about is things much more nefarious than showing 2 dads in a book. I mean, talking about homoeroticism and pornography and different ways to engage in sexual acts, gender confusion. That's what's really brought parents.
See, but this is where she's going to run into her issue with this guy, because technically these guys are not really worried about but the book. See, he brings up, just a book with two fathers and everything. You see how nonchalant that will be? But really, that's not really what he really wants. He's going to tell you what he really wants and everything. You're going to see what he really wants, what they really want to push. Go on.
To the forefront of this discussion. It's not something as simple and as harmless as showing two dads in a book.
Okay, but like, do you understand that like that is in Florida? Like that is what's not allowed to happen though?
No. I don't
wrong.
understand that.
Like
that's
teachers
written in the bill.
Well, it wasn't written in the bill, but that's why I'm saying that.
It wasn't written in the bill, but that's what you're saying is in the bill. See what they do, people? They implement their own freaking bullshit into something that wasn't there. So he just admitted, well, no, it's not written in the bill. Really? So if it wasn't written in the bill, then what the frick's your freaking problem? Why are you saying something that's not in the bill? Just like the don't say gay thing. That is not in the bill. But you guys just happened to put it there, didn't you? Why? Because they want some type of freaking angerment amongst the gay LGBT community. They want to uproar them, because this is what Democrats do, people. They want victims. They want people to feel like, what's happening? They're doing all this hate towards us and everything. Don't worry, we're the Democrats. We'll save you. Vote for us. It's all about the vote, peoples. That's all it's about. All the stuff that's going on right now in this country is all about these Democrats wanting to get the vote. They're still bitter flipnicks after they lost in the Civil War. So they've been doing everything throughout the period of time and everything. They've been doing everything they can to change things, to figure out how they can gain power again over the Republicans. They're still pissed off that they lost power. That's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. So they find every little thing, and they finally figured out, because they started out with black people, how to make black people victims, and they said, we got a perfect idea. This will work for hundreds of years. We'll get them black people stupid on it. We're going to start acting like we're for them. Yeah! And that's what they started doing. They started giving black people things, little trinkets and little government cheese and so forth. And black people just fell for the shit. That's why 90% of blacks were now down to about 80%, because a lot of black people are starting to wake up and everything. But we still got a good 80 to 85% of us out there that are still voting for these Democrats and everything. It's pretty, I'll say even technically almost 90%, because, some of them still slow. They still want to stay on that plantation and everything. But this is what I'm saying. You see right there, listen to what they say, ladies and gentlemen, and you will see what they really are about, what they really want. Go on, Flipneck. Tell us what you really want.
I feel like bills like those are being targeted towards gay people and lesbians. Well,
I would argue that the bills also say that you should not show children heterosexual acts. So it's not targeting of any kind to any sort of sexuality. I wouldn't want to send my kindergarten to school and have them talk about a man and a woman having sex. I think the bill explicitly lays out what conversations are appropriate for school and what conversations are not. And sexual conversations about sexuality, identification, are just not what we send children to school for.
But would you be against then like a fifth grader just reading a book where there's a relationship between
right here, classroom instruction by school personnel or third parties on sexual orientation or gender identity may not occur in kindergarten, the kindergarten, through grade 3, or in a manner that is not age appropriate or developmentally appropriate for students. Okay, so in other words, you don't want this being taught to a little, kid in 3rd grade and so forth, 4th grade, 5th grade and so forth. I remember when I was in 5th grade, they weren't teaching us this stuff and everything. They weren't teaching us stuff like this in 3rd grade and everything. They taught us things that were stupid, like smoking a cigarette. And I remember in 3rd grade, they showed us live lungs, smoker's lungs and a person that wasn't a smoker, a healthy lung. And the smoker's lungs were black charcoal and holes all in it. That was enough for me to go, ooh, because I cared enough about my own livelihood, about myself, because I'm a self-preserver and everything, that was something I was not going to go down the road. So that was a good teaching and everything. I learned a lot from something like that. What am I learning if you're going to start? Well, here is Johnny and Jimmy, and as you can see, look, they're having sex. Look at now, you guys, it's okay to be able to have these type of feelings. Look, we'll show you a picture of Johnny and Jimmy in the bed having sex with each other. This is educational, so you want to write this down, and you can even draw your own pictures of it. Make sure they're two boys though. We don't put girls in it. Is that what you want your kid learning? Is that what you want your kid to start dealing with? But even if it was a Johnny and Sally, oh yeah, they're gonna show Johnny and Sally in a book getting butt naked and shiz. That's what these books are showing, and so forth. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, no, it's not a made up thing. But let's go on.
But would you be against then like a fifth grader just reading a book where there's a relationship between like a man and a man or a woman and a woman?
Yes.
Where like their sexuality is discussed?
I mean, not necessarily, but I don't know why that book has to be given to that child from the school. I think there are very few things that a school should be taking care of, and that is math, reading, writing, science, and maybe some home economics. But as far as engaging in conversations about any sort of relationship or sexuality, it feels wholly unnecessary to me. And I don't know where the school train ran away from us that they now feel that they are the arbiters of teaching children anything that has to do with relationships. I think those are conversations for mom and dad, or mom and mom.
What about the relationships between like men and women? In the sense that there are plenty of books where a man and a woman are together.
Sure, yeah. If you want like we go on a date and go get lunch together or something like that.
They still weren't teaching that to me in school though. They weren't showing me that the sexual needs of the man and the woman together. We had sex education in high school about where babies came from. That was biology. And they normally told us that a man and a woman get together, and blah, blah, blah. We had things like don't drink and drive. These are educational things that are actually, that help you in the world, that can help you survive and so forth. It's common sense stuff and everything. But they didn't need to show us, they didn't show Sally and Jimmy hooking up though. They never showed them having sex. This is what your books and your videos and stuff that you want to show kids that are like in third grade. Okay, little 10-year-olds and shiz. That's what you want to show them. And so why are you okay with that?
Sure. But again, that's not what parents are coming to the school for.
But I would disagree, and I would say I think there are plenty of people who are upset. That is being taught, and that is what's happening.
You could.
Yeah, they're upset that you're teaching that bullshit.
A few Christian people who go.
Well, I think it's more than a few. If we're going to be realistic in Florida.
Well, I'm not a religious person. I'm sure there's plenty of Christian people who say I'm against that in school. But I think it is about being forthright with what we have with our kids. Like when I went to school and we were going to get any sort of sexual education, I was sent home with a piece of paper a week before, a day before, that said, hey, we're going to have a conversation about sexual activity and relationships with your child. Here's what we're going to discuss. If you'd like to opt out, check this box here. We'll send your kid to another room and they can have a pizza party. I don't know.
Booyah. Booyah. Well said, girl. Well said. Well said. And I'm gonna end it on this because at the end of this, he gets totally schooled. He doesn't win the debate because he tries to say something else and then he goes, oh, never mind, and everything, because he can't win the debate, because you're never gonna change somebody who thinks with common sense. We think with common sense. You guys think with nonsense and so forth. She basically said, and this is true, ladies and gentlemen, back in our day in school, when we go on field trips, when we were going to go there was a little thing that was going to go away from the school, or any type of educational thing that was going to be something that maybe they was going to have to ask the parent permission for. They sent us home with a little piece of paper. The parent got to read what was going to be done. We're going on a camping trip. We're going to be teaching this to the kids, this and that, survival skills, this kind of stuff. You check off if you're okay with the kid doing that, blah, blah, blah. That's what everybody had to do. This is what they did back in the day. This is when we had a sane society, ladies and gentlemen. This is when the school actually respected the parents' wishes and so forth. They didn't teach their kids nonsense. They taught them education. Okay? They taught them reading, math, arithmetic, that kind of stuff. And so forth. We occasionally got to go on little camping trips, a little amusement park, to go see a museum, stuff like that. And they would have to give a piece of paper. We'd have to send it, bring it home to our parents over the weekend, and they would read it, and they would check to see, and they would check it and sign it and everything if they were okay with it. And then we had to bring that back to our teachers. If we didn't have that signed signature from our parents and so forth, we didn't get to go. And so forth. That was because the parent was like, I ain't so cool with that. And everything. That's giving the power back to the parents. That's the way it always used to be. But nowadays, because they want to push this identity politics bullshit and really basically change your children, they want to groom them. That's really what they want to do, and so forth. They want to get them while they're young, because we can't get them while they're already old, because they're too grown for us to change their minds now. This guy would never be able to freaking influence a person who knows what the real deal is. But a little child who still lives in a little fantasy land, I think I'm an alien today. Well, they're gonna go after that. They're gonna say, oh yeah, he thinks he's a girl. So he says he's a girl, so we're gonna go with that. And we're gonna put him in a dress. Because the little kid said that. And you're just gonna do that. This is the stupidity that our world has come down to, ladies and gentlemen. We're dumb. And these people think that we're dumb. They think that we know that they think that we don't know what they're doing. We do know what you're doing. And so forth. You're pulling these little antics and these little trivial things to try to blind people. But we see right through it. Conservatives, Christians see right through this stuff, because you can't fool God. You can't fool God. You can fool little kids. You can fool man. You cannot fool God. God knows all. He knows every daggum hair on your head and so forth. You ain't bypassing this one with him and so forth. And you're not going to bypass. You're not going to get by with somebody who knows God, who knows the teachings of God, of Jesus Christ. We're not going to fall for the stupidity that you think we're going to fall for. And we're definitely not going to let you push that stuff on our children. You're dead wrong. It ain't happening. You do that to your kid. You teach your kid that. But when it comes to mine, you better step back. You better step back, man, because you ain't doing that over here. My kid's being raised up with the belief of God and the teachings of Jesus Christ. And these things right here are considered an abomination. I'm sorry if that hurts people's feelings, but God ain't here to be, here for your feelings. You're here to serve God and so forth. That's what it's about. It's about being able to make that place in heaven for yourself. That eternity of bliss and love and all these things you guys all say you want and everything. But then you get mad because somebody doesn't want to actually fall into the nonsense that you want. You want me to actually go off of the belief and call you something that I know you're not. And now I got to be looking like an idiot when I know good and well that you're not really a woman, but I got to pretend that you are? Give me a freaking break, dude. I'm not doing that. And a lot of people, if they were truthful about stuff, they wouldn't either. It's just that people like myself and many other YouTubers out there that talk on this topic and everything, you're not fooling us. That's the problem with you guys. You're not getting this one over on us because we grew up old school. Old school means that we knew the shiz, what was going down long before you were even born, dude, and so forth. You came out your mama's womb. You didn't come out your daddy's butt bowl, okay? I have to be really explicit sometimes because that's the only thing that gets through people's heads. Two floppy things don't make a baby. It doesn't work that way, bruh. I thought you guys would be, a little bit more grown up to know that doesn't work that way. But no, some crazy lunatic put in your head that a man can do these things and a woman can do these things and so forth. A woman can be as strong as a man. I just saw a video, which I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to make a video on it and everything, where the girl's trying to arm wrestle the guy. Oh yeah, the guy's just playing with her. They're just having a good old time, having fun and so forth. And the girl's going to try to arm wrestle him. The guy, he's not like he's super buff and everything, he's just a regular dude and whatever. And they're getting ready to arm wrestle, and the girl, and he barely moves his arm over like this. They say, okay, let's do it. Okay, pop. And he snapped her arm. Her arm went flipped around. Her arm was way back over here, facing this way. I was like, oh, and you heard the snap too. It was like crackle pop. I was like, oh, damn. She was in shock at first. She was like, what did you do to me? He said, I'm sorry. I wasn't even trying. He was barely moving his arm against her. And he was so strong that he snapped her daggum arm. And an arm wrestling, little arm wrestling fun, having fun arm wrestling and everything. This goes to show, ladies and gentlemen, women are not stronger than men. Men, even when they're playing with you, are jacking you up and so forth. Men don't never go full straight on a woman. They don't never go full hardcore on a woman. They're always play fitting with you. Yeah. And they might toss you a couple times. Yeah. They might push you. You get, I'm going to come back at him. The guy's messing with you. Everything. When a guy really puts his flow into it, when a guy really wants to throw his blow, you gonna feel that shiz. Everything. I've seen dudes knock women clear off the camera. Girl wearing full body armor and all this stuff around him, and the girl sits there and says, I can take the punch, but she's wearing all this stuff around her. The guy literally socks the girl dead in the middle of her stomach, where the padding and all this stuff is, knocks her literally off. She flew out of camera. Like my hand's here, whoo, it's over there now. You don't see my hand no more, do you? That's what literally happened to the girl. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I'm going to say on this point right here. You get these knuckleheads like this, and they think they got all the answers. They think they know everything, but none of them ever read it. If you notice, he didn't read the bill. She did. She took the time to read the bill. And guess what? You guys saw it right there. If you guys took a little snapshot of it and so forth, you guys can see it too yourself, or just go to the site. You can see what it says. It doesn't say don't say gay. Okay? But people like this guy over here down below here, who wants to lie to you guys and go off of the lying flow that the media basically, don't say gay, don't say gay, don't say gay, no. Why? See, right there you have proof that the media lies to you. They lied. And that's what they do all the time, to push their narrative. And it's the left-wing media. It's these Democrats and so forth. That's all they do, people. They're all about taking over. They don't care about you. They don't care about the LGBTQ. They don't care about immigrants, illegal aliens. They don't care about any of that stuff. All they care about is getting your vote. And they'll do whatever they have to do to make sure that they get it. So they'll pretend that they're your best friend. They're kumbayaing with you guys, and you guys all fall for it and go, oh, let's go vote for Biden. Biden's one of the biggest racists out there, dude, and you guys don't really know it because, again, like this dumb idiot right here, he doesn't do his research on who Biden really is. I have. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? That motherfucker's a racist. Why? I got videos to prove it. You can't show me videos of Donald Trump doing stuff like that. This fool is literally called black people predators. And everything. He was making fun of a 7-Eleven guy and everything because he was Indian. Oh, yeah. Oh, you guys don't see those videos. Oh, you notice the media don't show you that and everything. Oh, yeah. Biden's got plenty of stuff like that, dude. His best friends were segregationists. Oh, look him up. George Thorman? Yeah. Robert Byrd? Ever heard of him? KKK leader? Yeah. Part of the Senate and on the Democratic side? Yeah. You guys go and look that stuff up, ladies and gentlemen. And when people come at you with this bullshit, put them in their place, show them proof, and let them know. Start doing your research, start getting real education, and stop listening to dumb idiots like this. I'm TJQUaKe, yo ghetto gamer. I'm out of this mother flip. I'm glad you guys are back. I'm back. Let's keep it rolling. Woo!
Yeah. Here we go, I'm TJQUaKe, the ghetto gamer. Yeah. Here we go, I'm TJQUaKe, the ghetto gamer on this gaming thing. Gonna bang them up, gonna shoot them up, right here on Gaming Strang. Bang, bang, blaze it on up, TJQUaKe, we're busting like the 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Let's get into this, y'all. Yeah. TJQUaKe, the ghetto gaming show.